I call the honourable member for Forrest.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Assistant Treasurer. Will the Assistant Treasurer update the House on how the government is bringing consistency to superannuation policy and certainty for Australian retirees? Are there any challenges to this approach?
Great question.
I call the honourable the Assistant Treasurer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Forrest for her question and acknowledge her deep contribution in this place to protecting the hard-earned savings of ordinary Australians. There are 14 million superannuation accounts in Australia, with some $2 trillion worth of funds under management growing to $9 trillion by 2040. What superannuants want is stability and certainty, and that's why this government has committed to no unexpected or adverse changes to superannuation in this term of office. Madam Speaker, I'm asked, are there any challenges to this approach? Well, the greatest challenge comes from the chaotic position on super from those opposite. Who could forget Kevin Rudd's commitment on the eve of the 2007 election not to change superannuation one jot, one tittle, and then gave us 12 adverse changes and $9 billion worth of additional taxes on super? Who can forget the member for McMahon rushing out that press release in 2013? No changes to superannuation for 5 years, and then now supporting the Leader of Opposition with 2 additional taxes on super, and saying recently it is indefensible to suggest we can leave superannuation concessions for another day. But, Madam Speaker, the piece de resistance came on just nearly 2 weeks ago on the 3rd of June, when the Leader of the Opposition at doorstop was asked about Labor's superannuation policy, and he said, and I quote, "Labor proposes is if you've got $2 million in superannuation and you're in retirement and you're earning an income of $100,000, we are proposing you pay a reduction in the tax concession, Madam Speaker." And I thought, that doesn't make sense. I've got a press release here from April 22nd this year from the Leader of the Opposition saying he'll put a tax on earnings above $75,000, not $100,000, and above a balance of $1.5 million, not $2 million. I thought, where did that come from? It was their policy in 2013, Madam Speaker. The Leader of the Opposition doesn't even know his own superannuation policy, Madam Speaker. We've got a Leader of the Opposition who now wants to raid the piggy banks of retired Australians, who wants to take on negative gearing, and now he doesn't even know his own superannuation policy. Madam Speaker, we've got a shadow treasurer who doesn't know his own tax scales. We've got a shadow finance minister who last week said business confidence had gone down when it had gone up, and we've got a shadow assistant treasurer who says if we bring back a carbon tax and a mining tax, we'll get back to surplus, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Labor was an absolute disaster in government. They're chaotic in opposition, and when it comes to Labor's policy on superannuation, don't look at what they say, look at what they do. Thank you.
I call the honourable the Prime Minister.